Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Faizan Ali. I am affiliated with the University of South Florida, Sarasota, Manatee. I'm very happy to announce that I have recently taken over the role of stream editor for cutting edge doctoral research stream for the Services Industries Journal under the leadership of Professor Levent Altenay. So we just wanted to make this video to tell you about this cutting edge doctoral research stream for the Services Industries Journal. What does it mean? Why did we come up with this idea? Um, so the cutting edge doctoral research stream actually serves as a platform for exchanging ideas coming from the doctoral students who have recently finished their PhD within the last 2 years to share their findings in the form of a manuscript with the readers of the Services Industries Journal and a wider audience, obviously. So basically what we are looking at is in this stream is for papers that have three qualities, and we define those three qualities as originality, innovation, and rigor. And we want doctoral students who have recently finished their PhD research to submit two types of papers, either a conceptual paper or a methodological paper. Now, what does conceptual paper means? It's simply a paper that contributes in terms of new concepts or new conceptual definitions or conceptual models or stuff like that. So some of the examples of conceptual contribution would be an improved conceptual definition of original constructs or adding new constructs to existing conceptual models. Um, Also some research that have added or removed based on some rigorous research, some conceptual linkages or theoretical linkages into the conceptual model. Um, or come up with a better justification for existing conceptual models. So these are some of the examples that would go into the conceptual contribution for this cutting edge doctoral research stream. The second type of papers would be methodological papers, and what do we mean by methodological papers is papers that are contributing in terms of methodology. So some of the examples of methodological contribution would be papers or research that have reduced the bias or reduced the problems with using multiple methods or unique methods or innovative methods, or something like generalizing existing research by a larger sampling or sampling frames or procedures, or research that is based on construct reliability and validity or some unique or innovative ways of increasing validity and reliability of existing skills. So these are again some examples of methodological contribution. Now please note that all these examples that I just quoted are not all inclusive. Obviously these are just some examples to give you an idea of what do we mean by cutting edge doctoral research. Now normally if you are willing to submit a paper for this stream, you would be required to convert your research into a 5,000 words manuscript, and you would be submitting it through the Scholar One manuscript system that is on the website of the Services Industries Journal. Everything remains the same. The paper is going to be submitted to the journal. It would come to the stream editor, and then the stream editor is going to send it out to review for a fast review on the paper, and the paper would be depending on what the reviews are. Once the paper is accepted, obviously it would be available for a wider and a larger audience to look into the research that has been submitted. Now, what's the most important thing of submission is obviously your manuscript, but your manuscript must be accompanied by a cover letter, and the cover letter shouldn't be a template based cover letter. It should actually answer three questions. The first thing that the cover letter should include is the stage that the first author has reached in the doctoral study. That a student can be in their second year, their third year, the first author may be about to finish their doctoral research, or the first author may have just finished their research. But remember that we are only going to be accepting entries for this stream from people who are either doctoral students currently or those who have finished their doctoral studies within the last 2 years. Another thing that you need to answer in the cover letter is whether you are submitting it for a conceptual contribution or for a methodological contribution. You can even submit a paper that is contributing conceptually as well as methodologically, but you would have to provide a very strong justification for it. The third thing that needs to be addressed in the cover letter would be, why should this paper be considered for cutting edge doctoral research? So you should provide enough justification for the editors to determine the rigor, the originality, and the contribution of the paper. Now, one other thing, if your paper is accepted, we would also require the authors to submit a similar video like this one, explaining their research in layman terms. The video shouldn't be more than 1 or 2 minutes. That would be featured on the website along with the paper once the paper is accepted. Now, please note that I'm not saying to submit the video when you are submitting the paper. You should submit the video once your paper is accepted. That's only for social media marketing purposes, because our idea is to to make sure that the paper is available for a much wider audience and people in the industry as well. Now, obviously, if you have any questions about this, you can reach out to me. It's faizanali@usf.edu, or you can also reach out to the editor-in-chief for the Services Industries Journal, Professor Levent Altenay, and we would be very happy to answer all the questions that you have for about this stream or your research in general, or even about the journal. To reach out. Thank you very much.